Hello everyone, this is Mythonian,
And with him today is Casey Scragg.
and we are starting our fifth ladder game. Yay, woo,
Woohoo!
yeah. Our opponents this time are Makedon and Iceman.
Or make Delta Omega N and Iceman.
They are currently ranked 12th with a rating of 1861. Yeah.
And we are not yet ranked with a rating of 1764.
Yep. Okay, let's open up a profile. Makedon.
How you doing, Makedon? How's your
Yes.
life?
So this is not the original Makedon, I guess. As you can see, he's played 2,000 multiplayer games. The main Makedon has played 10,000. So,
Yeah, that guy. This is not the Makedon we've played before. The Makedon we have played before. His name is spelled differently. It doesn't have a delta or an omega in it, and it's not in all caps other than that.
and he's from Greece instead of Spain.
Yeah. And he's played over 10,000 freaking games. I didn't know that
Beep, beep, beep.
before looking at his profile, but anyway, insane. And this is not him. This is a different person. We don't know who this is. He's another guy.
Yeah.
All right then.
Going to Iceman. Iceman.
Iceman.
Yeah, he joined in 2012. So he's been
from Puerto
playing for
Rico.
3 years. Wow, 3 hours.
There's no ice in Puerto Rico. Silly guy.
Yeah.
All right, over
They're
3,000
both hiding
games.
their statistics, so we can't talk about it. Oh well, that's saddening.
That makes things boring. Darn.
And he's
He
played
has
three
played a lot of
thousand.
games.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good guy. I mean, good player. Probably. Oh, best rank ever, 10th. Yeah, he's good. He's a good 1v1 player at least.
And their 2v2 best rank is 7th.
Pretty good.
Okay.
Alright.
Are you ready to join?
I am prepared.
Okay. Let's join.
I have pressed the button. Oh my gosh, the board!
Yeah, okay, we have wastelands in Yukon, 2 in West Russia, the Levant, and North Gulf.
Levant, North Gulf, Yukon, West Russia. Yes.
Yes.
Restating what you've said, just to make it clear.
Redundancy is good. Okay.
Sometimes, especially in a raid array.
Let's see, possible forward bonus combos. West US, although that's easy to counter. Brazil, and that has a blind counter. Uh, South Africa's not there. Australia is. Greenland is. Siberia is. And West China is.
I just sneezed. Whew.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No problem. Bless you. Okay, so So yeah, Greenland combo is there. Brazil combo is there. This needs to be taken into consideration.
Wow. Well,
Wow,
Greenland's
what?
like the most ridiculously counterable bonus on the board.
I know, it's all blind counters.
Jeez. Wow. That's a little ridiculous. Yeah, whew. Brazil has a nice counter to it in Ecuador.
Yep,
Australia doesn't really have a good counter to it.
indeed.
Siberia. Siberia looks pretty good with like Central Yakut Plain.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. West China. It's doable. From Russian Far East. Doesn't seem that bad. Yeah, it seems like it's pretty doable.
Yep.
Um, hmm. Well, I'm not sure what to do about Brazil. Hmm. Gosh, Greenland's ridiculous on this board. I mean, that's just crazy. East Canada and Scandinavia bordering it. I don't think in our games yet we've had a single instance where Greenland could be comboed, did we? We might have had one.
Yeah, I think we've had one. Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, it's just like, and then it's like, well, you can combo it from anywhere, but you could
Yeah.
also counter it from anywhere.
Yep.
Wow. Hmm. Central America is something you can keep in mind as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
Hmm.
So, do we want to go for one of these four bonuses? Do we want to counter both?
I would. Ooh, man.
Do we want to have one of us go for a four bonus and then the other one counter?
um, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. Oh my goodness. What's the best way to do this? The best way to do it would be to start where exactly? Hmm. What's the best way to counter Greenland?
Um,
I'm thinking about it. Svalbard.
Svalbard.
And what I mean by counter is I want my opponent to start with two territories in there, and then I want to be able to break in addition to that. What is the best way to take advantage of that opportunity you'd have? I don't know if there really is a good one. You see, the best way to start in Greenland, if you're going to start in Greenland at all, would be Scandinavia, Greenland.
Indeed.
And there's no way they would start with East Canada, Greenland. And if they started with Svalbard,
There's even more of a no chance that they would
Canada,
start with North Canada, Greenland, because North Canada has a wasteland in it.
yeah, but that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they would check from Kujaleg, whatever. How do you pronounce this crap? Kujaleg. Uh, uh, they would go there and they would see the guy in Labrador. So Labrador is not a good counter automatically. Baffin Nunavut might be, but I wouldn't want to waste a pick on Baffin Nunavut just because if your opponent doesn't happen to start in Greenland, then Baffin Nunavut's a complete waste.
True.
Um, man, some other ideas. I mean, I guess there is like Western Europe, a delayed counter to Greenland. That might be interesting.
No, I don't
Why
like
not?
that.
You don't like
It's
going
way
through
too
Iceland?
slow.
You don't like going through Iceland with a
Well,
stack?
it's dedicating a lot to break it. I don't. I don't see it working.
Okay. Um, how about something like, I'm trying to think about how our picks would work here. Maybe Svalbard 1, 2 Ecuador, uh, 3, I guess you could do like North Brazil and do a weird combo. 2, 3 over
Do
there.
we want to do the combo in Brazil? I mean,
No, no,
Siberia is another option.
uh, yeah, I know. I was thinking an overlap style. Oh wait, I see what you're saying. Well, yeah, we could go like 1 Svalbard, 2 Central Yukut Plain, 3 Novosibirsk.
And then like four in Greenland itself.
Yeah, we could do that. Oh man. I don't like that position on the board if we get our first 4 though. I don't like that position.
Well, guy in Greenland ends up going through East Canada to get to the Azores and then Caribbean islands, and then the other guy goes through West Pacific to get down to Australia.
Specific to get to Australia. I could see that happening.
And you could also go to Hawaii to get to South America.
Move through the Azores would be a little more complicated, though. But I could see that. I could see that happening. It's just we definitely have to go for it, do it.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of expansion options, we can expand plenty fast. Our expansion would not be stymied by the positions.
I can agree to that. Why don't we try 1 Svalbard, 2 Central Yukon Plain, 3 Novosibirsk, 4 Kikata.
Yeah. That is the first word I think I've ever seen that has 3 Q's in it.
Oh man.
That's hilarious. Okay.
And then maybe what would our 5 be? See, the issue we need to keep in mind with our 5 pick is it would be the guy who got Svalbard who would have it.
Indeed. Yeah. Most likely. Let's see.
I don't like starting in Ecuador for this guy, even though I love Ecuador. I love Ecuador. I would love to pick Ecuador.
Maybe somewhere in Africa?
Oh, man.
Or even like Central Eurasia could be pretty good.
Central Eurasia. Yeah, that could be good. 4 or 5 there. I like that better than the Africa spot.
Yeah.
Although I'm really afraid of the possibility that the guy in... Well, no, it wouldn't happen because you'd be gifting your teammate something. And yes, that's possible, and you can head in through the Hawaiian Islands and across and down to the Americas. But our pathway to South America is not very good if we don't get Caqueta.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like about this.
Then maybe the 5 should be in Africa.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be Central Africa. It could be one of the 3 bonuses, like East Africa.
We could do something where...
pretty good on this board.
Well, we could do Central... Well, I just thought of this. We could do Central Africa and then have the gift go there.
If we get our...
Oh, man. I
think it would probably be better for the guy in Scandinavia if he breaks into Greenland to just gift that spot, and then he focuses on fighting down south while the guy who finishes Siberia kills the guy in Greenland.
Could you say that one more time? I was thinking about Caribbean islands and Ecuador.
If we lose our 4 pick, so the guy gets Svalbard and Central Africa, then he should break into Greenland and then gift that.
Break into Yeah, I agree with that. That's
instead of using the gift in Central Africa. I think that works better.
I do agree. That would be a superior move. I do agree. But the thing is, I don't know where his other pick should be then.
You mean 5?
Yeah, where 5 should be.
I like Africa. Because after we gift the spot in Greenland, then the other guy can actually do something productive down there.
Yeah, but the other guy's gonna have free expansion, and he's gonna be ahead in the Southern America area,
He's gonna end up getting.
likely in that case.
Well, it's not really gonna be free expansion. He's gonna be.
Free expansion is an unhindered by another player. That's what I mean.
Well, if we try to hinder him, we'll be spreading ourselves way too thin. So.
Yeah,
It's
I
how.
guess we could focus on taking out the guy in Greenland if he
I
does
mean,
start there.
that's the point of putting a spot in Africa. To pressure him at least a little bit. An alternative could be. I mean, honestly, I don't really like Central Africa that much. I would prefer East Africa
What
as 5.
about North Africa?
Eh,
I know
I
it's a
mean, we
little
could.
slow. I know it's a little slow, but you might as well. I mean, this guy, the guy in Scandinavia, might as well go for Scandinavia once the gift is done. And I like North Africa because of its path to the Azores and Caribbean
Good
islands.
point. I agree with that, actually. That is a better spot. I need to get into the focus of the mindset of focusing more on the Azores because it is a power position.
Yes, I agree. The Azores
Much
is.
more so than St. Helena.
Oh, yeah. The Azores is ridiculous. It's just so cool to be
Mm-hmm.
able to move between continents like this with this little shortcut through the Azores.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I've still got 6 as Central Eurasia. Just 'cause I think that's a good backup spot, just in case we lose a territory in Siberia.
You don't think going for something like let's see, what are the other circumstances? Like, what if we miss? What if we get our one? What if we? Oh, what if? Let's just assume they get our one. There's a 25% chance that'll happen if only one player goes for it. But what? Let's just assume, for argument's sake, that we lose Svalbard. We get Kaketa, and we get our 2 in Siberia. So we would end up with a very mismatched game where we have one guy in
Hmm.
Central Yakut Plain and the other guy with Novosibirsk, Keta. The guy in Yakutia would also have Egypt. So we need to think about that possibility as well. What would we do in that case?
Eh.
I think we'd have to use a gift in that case in Greenland. We'd have
Yeah.
to move to Surmurshmurg, that place, and do a gift and try and overwhelm the guy. And then while the guy in Siberia, that would suck. I hope that doesn't happen. God, I hope that doesn't happen. We better get the 75% chance we get this if they have this as a 1 pick. We
Yep.
better get that. Jesus. Please help. Okay. 5. I don't even. That possibility is horrible. It's just so ugly. It's like we
Should
have to do
we switch our 2 and 3 picks?
a gift. Um. I don't agree with that. Why?
To alleviate that issue? That way, the guy who gets Greenland has Yakutia in that scenario.
Guy who gets Greenland would have Yakutia, and that would be a little. The issue with that is that you'd still have a problem. You'd still need to do a gift.
Would we? Why? What would the
Because he'd
gift
break into
accomplish?
Tunu if you didn't do
Yeah,
that.
he would anyways.
Well, he would break into Tunu, but he'd be behind the other guy.
How? I mean, what can the other guy do to get a bonus in 2 turns? You can't get
What
North
do you mean?
Africa that quickly. Can you get a 4 bonus with a single
Wait,
territory in 2
why
turns?
am I
You
worried
can't.
about Svalbard? We'd be okay. I think in that case we would be okay if we got Svalbard.
This is if
Uh,
we lose Svalbard.
sorry. If we lose Svalbard, if we lost Svalbard and got Kaketa, we just attack with everything in Tunu. I don't think they'd hit it with a huge stack in Tunu. Would they?
If they were smart, yes.
Well, if they did that,
And then
then
they would gift it to the guy who has completed Brazil in 2 turns. And we lose.
yeah, that would be bad.
They would be able to do exactly what we are planning to do.
That's a bad thing.
Yeah.
We shouldn't start with Kaketa then.
Kaketa's not the issue. The issue is our 2 and 3 and 5.
That would still be the same problem though if we did the gift.
What I'm sort of thinking is that the 5 pick might need to be Ural.
And then do
Because this way, the guy would be able to, even if we lose our Svalbard, then the guy could get Siberia and Ural, and get Ural in 2 turns in time for the guy who's in Greenland to be able to gift that to get help. It's not optimal.
That's freaking crazy. That's crazy.
Well,
I'm not saying
you're
bad
talking
crazy.
about the 25%
I never said
chance
bad
of
crazy.
you losing Svalbard, so
I never said bad crazy.
I mean, this
I
is
just
still
said
an
it's crazy.
unlikely situation, and I'm not sure we want to bet on this unlikely situation. Because putting a spot in Ural just for this situation means that if we get the pick, if we end up getting Svalbard, we lose Kaketa, then the other guy is just in Ural. Which is awkward.
Yeah. That would be strange. I agree.
So we either risk the 25% or we risk a suboptimal start on the 75%.
Yeah. I like the 75% chance. Gotta go for it.
Then we leave the pick in Egypt. And then I've got my 6 is Karakum Desert in Central Eurasia. Maybe a 7 in East China. Or
6 Karakum Desert, 7 China.
7 China sounds good to me. And then, maybe 8 Alaska.
Why aren't we going with like an Ecuador pick or something like that?
If it gets above 5, then
no, I'm
gets
questioning why we aren't doing that in our first 4. I mean,
because it's not as good of a counter.
Ecuador is a pretty good counter.
It is if they are expecting it. It's very easy to stop.
If they're expecting a counter.
Yes. Which is always a possibility.
Okay.
I mean,
what about Caribbean islands? That seems much harder to stop. See, I really like Caribbean islands personally. Caribbean islands, South America. It's pretty cool. I'm sad that we're not implementing these useful places. That's all. Of course, you need to.
We're doing Svalbard instead of these.
Well,
I mean, if you would prefer we would do Caribbean islands or Ecuador instead, then, sure. But I don't want to try doing both. That's spreading ourselves too thin.
I don't think it's too thin. I mean, we could just go like 1 Svalbard, 2 Caribbean.
The strategy we're trying to do right now is have one person counter and then gift to the other guy who's comboed a bonus.
I understand that.
If we want to both counter, then we would need to be choosing small, like two bonuses preferably, that
Yeah.
we can get easily, and then we're just like trying to edge out our opponents just barely with just a little bit more income than them. It's gonna end up being a brawl, and
Well, that's true. That is true. Sure. Let's just stick with this. Maybe I'll have Caribbean Islands be my number 8 pick.
yeah, sounds good.
Just to acknowledge Caribbean's islands presence, even though we won't get to 8.
Yeah.
But I know you're there, Caribbean, and I like you. You're cool.
Okay. Well, I have committed.
So your picks are
Same as yours.
okay, 6 CARICOM, 7 Southeast China, 8 Caribbean.
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. I'll commit as well. All right.
Yeah.
Well, interesting picks across the board.
We'll see if they work out.
Indeed we shall.